And we're live. Welcome into this very special NFL Championship Weekend prediction edition of Consistently Inconsistent Sports. I'm your host, Colin Morris. Joining me are the usual suspects. See, Layton Markwood. Layton, how goes things?
Hey, man, it's a beautiful Saturday here in Biloxi, Mississippi.
Can't beat it. Michael, how's it going with you?
Oh, bullshit.
It's been a
you
kind
know
of
why it is too.
Yeah, because South Carolina is like the place in America right now.
We beat Kentucky. We did do that this week.
And then there was the guy on College Game Day this morning that was holding up the sign that said South Carolina doesn't hurt our RPI.
Yeah,
it was this there the entire day. It was great. It was so good.
That dude's sign is clever. It was a good sign.
It was a good sign. But let's talk about what the biggest thing was today. Zion Williamson, number 2 recruit in the ESPN 100 from Spartanburg, South. Well, not from Spartanburg, but finished out his high school career at Spartanburg Day School. Chose to take his talents to Durham, North Carolina to play for the mighty Duke Blue Devils. Layton, take this anger fest between you two. Just kick it off.
I mean, it's pretty damn obvious to see why Zion decided to go to Duke, and it's because he doesn't want to be a star. He doesn't want to be a stud. He doesn't want to be the guy. He wants to sit back, their top 5 recruits, and just kind of like lay back, only put up good tape, because he's not going to make any mistakes at Duke, because he's not going to be in a position to make any mistakes. So he's not going to learn. And he's going to go to the draft after Duke goes 40-0 and wins the championship.
I concur completely, man. Yeah. Layton hit that literally spot on.
Okay, so then let me ask you guys this question then. You both agree that he's going there all right, okay, let's make an analogy. Is this the KD choice of college basketball?
As of right now, yeah. Like, you look at their 2018 recruiting class, now they have all 3 of the top 3. I mean, can we just hand them the trophy for the next 3 years? I mean, is that just get it over with?
3 years? Like, not just one. All these kids are going to come one and done.
Probably just one and done. But I mean, so like, hand them the trophy so we fight for second place next year. Like,
okay, yeah. So then KD comes out, wins the finals, wins finals MVP in his first year, and I would say that most of the critics have shut up. Like, you don't really see any more talk about how did KD make the right.
No, not too much. Was that the right choice?
So that's kind of gone. So then let me pose this question to you two: what does he have to do amongst those guys to make you feel like okay, maybe he went there to show everybody that he's better than these guys?
I mean, he would have to be Trae Young, right? Like, he
would have to be the guy.
Yeah, he's got to be.
He's got to bring in something like 18 and 12 a game with like 6 assists.
We're not even talking
I have to say that
he's got to be better than Grayson Allen is right now, like, no question.
Well, okay, I think it's a little different when you talk about the guards. I think if you're looking at
but I'm talking just like pure how the highlight tape he puts on. Like, everyone knows Duke right now because of Grayson Allen.
I would say everybody knows him right now because of Marvin Bagley.
That's true. That's true. I mean, last year, all you ever heard was Grayson Allen. And it was just like, he's got to be that guy, but even better.
Yeah, he's got to be a facilitator. Like, he's got to have the ball run through his hands 78% of the possessions. Like, because if he's going to be like the guy that I envision him being at Duke, he's only going to touch it 25% of the
Julius Randle is an apt comparison. The guy on SportsCenter earlier made the comparison. Julius Randle isn't bad in terms of, like, I mean, when you look at him, he's listed as a power forward. A lot of power forwards we think of coming into the league right now are Giannis, are Porzingis, somebody else. But these long 6'11", 7'1" power forwards that stretch the floor. He has gone back to a 90s style frame. He's 6'6", 270.
He's a big man. Let's put it that way. Yeah. If you can't envision that, just think really, really big man. Like bear, grizzly bear, polar bear, something along those lines.
That's what people if like that. What? Like that's insane.
How big is
Hope
Ron
he can shoot
Gronkowski?
free throws. LeBron's 6'8". Gronk is like 6'7",
Yeah,
250.
I'll tell you, to help everybody, just go Google Charles Barkley Phoenix Suns. And
Basically.
Okay,
that's like the
fine.
same figure.
That's fair.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Or Karl Malone. I see Karl Malone.
Well, Malone was taller.
True. Barkley was a little stocky.
He was like, I think the same build, like 6'6", probably 250, 260.
Let's see.
But he wasn't like a freak athlete like Zion is. Zion is like very athletic, very quick.
Did you guys see this post from Barstool? It's impossible not to like Zion Williamson. Then Zion Williamson, let me change that real quick. As he has the ink hat on.
Hold my beer.
Look at that smug smile right there. Look at that.
Man.
Look at that. Oh my God. That is a smile of Duke pretension.
Okay, so Charles Barkley, his freshman year or his rookie season was 6'6", 250. This guy's already got him by 20 pounds.
Yeah,
like,
that's absurd.
He's 17.
That's absurd.
Why his football coach didn't say, "Let me put you at tight end"? I have no idea. But still,
yeah, I feel like he's gonna have to like slim down a little bit, right?
It depends on what position he wants to play. Like if this kid can exploit you at the 4, being undersized but being strong and draw you into contact and draw you into taking fouls, that's fine. But then eventually the game's going to adjust to you, and they're not going to give you that on the inside, and you're going to have to get it somewhere else because the league is not all dunks and alley-oops.
Yeah, he's going to have to be a really, really good rebounder in college to be projected as a 4 in the NBA.
He's going to have to clean glass, like, hard. Like I said, like 12 rebounds a game, like average.
Yeah.
With like some 20 to 25 rebound games in there during the season.
I think he could do it too
sure.
with the competition he's got. I mean, he could totally do it. It's
North Carolina's bringing back nobody next year. Like Luke May, maybe, but Luke May does not scare Mike Krzyzewski whatsoever. Like,
he doesn't really move the needle, you know. Like you look at Luke May and it's like,
like you know who used to? Eric Berry. Or not Eric Berry. Yeah. No, who was Joel Berry?
Joel.
I was going to say Eric Berry plays for the Chiefs, man.
Joel Berry. Joel Berry used to make Coach K go, it does not. Well, all right. So we'll obviously keep a lookout for Zion coming in to TV near you in the fall.
Can we have a moment of silence for Brian Bolden going to the draft now? This is going to happen.
Go ahead.
You just have a quick moment of silence.
All right, here we go. Ready? All right, there it is.
That's
there it is.
That was for Gamecock basketball's future right there.
Moment of silence taken for the Cocks. All right, so let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Let's get down and do what we came here to do. Let's pick these games. Let's start out with the one that we probably want to talk about most. New England. New England versus Jacksonville. Looking at a 7-point. New England looking at 7.5-point favorites at the moment. A lot of this Brady drama. A lot of the Will Seagate coming in. I don't know, guys.
This is a tough game to pick, man.
This is a really tough game. Like I wrote down and did this when I thought we might do a show on Wednesday or Thursday. So this is like my Tuesday writings. But like I said 36-33 New England. And now I'm really rethinking this. Like they might just run it the whole time.
I think we got to look at, is New England's defense as good as Pittsburgh or better or worse than Pittsburgh's defense? Because that kind of sets the pace for the Jags offense. Like the Jags put up, 43, 45 on Pittsburgh's D?
45.
And
45.
Pittsburgh's defense has been known to, maybe not the best in the league, but they're pretty damn good.
Not give up 55.
Yeah,
they've been known to not give up 55.
Is New England's defense, on that same caliber? Like, can we expect them to hold the Jags to under 30?
See, I would say earlier in the season when Pittsburgh had Shazier.
That was such a big loss, man.
Pittsburgh was a better defense than New England. Where they stand today, I see them pretty comparable. I still might give Pittsburgh the edge because what they can do in the pass rush.
Yeah. I mean, New England's defense, I was just looking at it, the Tennessee game. They looked pretty good in that Tennessee game.
Yeah, well, anyone can look good when you're playing Marcus Mariota.
He didn't throw a touchdown to himself.
Yeah. And that's why they lost.
Right?
Well, this is an interesting game because last week, obviously, we all picked New England to win. Colin and I's projected score was almost dead on what actually happened.
Let's see here.
And then I'm the only one of us who picked Jacksonville to be here.
Layton picked New England to win 31-17, and I projected 31-14. So we met in the middle.
No, I said 31-7.
Sorry, 31-7. Sorry, I totally have that written down, and I read it wrong. So yeah, what was the score of that game? Because I don't even remember it, like the real score.
Tennessee put up 15. I think it was 34-15.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, well,
35.
This one, it's kind of weird to me because Jacksonville came into it with a game plan for Tom Brady. I think New England's probably going to win this game, but it's going to be a different game than we thought we were going to get on Thursday because New England has probably now come in with a totally different game plan and they're going to catch Jacksonville off the edge. They're going to catch them.
I hate Josh McDaniels so much, man.
It's going to be bad.
You think we're going to see Danny Amendola throw a pass a la Julian Edelman?
Dude, they might sign Mohamed Sanu for the game. If you're going to get a wide receiver throw a pass, it's going to be Mohamed.
They're still bringing in LeGarrette. They're flying LeGarrette in that morning and then shipping him back to Philly to play that evening.
Play the evening game. Dude, it's close.
That's what I'm saying. But what you're saying, you're even thinking about the rush. You're thinking they would do that just for the run. So, I'm thinking that this whole, they're projected, 48.5 points in this game? Taking the under on that hard now. Hard. I'm saying that maybe this game's, 20-17.
Pretty low.
Maybe.
Pretty low. I mean, so Jalen Ramsey's going to be on Gronk, right? We know that.
At least when Gronk is split outside, yeah.
Yeah, if Gronk's split outside. I think the problem is Josh McDaniels is just obsessed with playing Madden when Palomaro was on the cover and you just throw it to the running back. That Madden stuck with Josh.
I have that game in my trunk. I found it.
It's a great game. You just halfback screen every play, you win. And Josh McDaniels took that to heart, and he uses that to his advantage now. So does Jacksonville's secondary, or linebacker core, do they have what it takes to cover that?
Miles
for
Jack,
those mismatches.
Yeah. Kelvin Smith.
Yeah, I think it depends on what they're asking them to cover.
Because that's what you got to think. That's what the Patriots do. That's the thing. The Patriots don't run the ball. They always they do run the ball. Obviously, everyone does. But they don't run it to the effect that most, they don't ground and pound with Leonard Fournette. They do these little screen shovel passes, things like that, all the time. And it's if Jacksonville can defend that, then all of a sudden, is it that scary going against Danny Amendola and Gronk? I think if you can shut their running backs down, you can beat New England. Not even shut Gronk down. Shut their running backs down so Tom Brady has to throw it to Gronk.
You have to make the play action predictable. You cannot let them get into a flow. That's the problem. The problem is if they bring out Rex Burkhead, if they bring out they got all the boys. I don't feel like they have any of the running backs are injured right now. So they got everybody. They got James White. They got Deion Lewis and Rex Burkhead. Come on. I don't think there's much of these
I think it's going to be a steady dose of Burkhead and Lewis. I think New England's going to try to run the ball early and often and try to work that play action into it where you're getting short intermediate passes to Amendola or Gronk coming across and they make the yards after the catch.
I predicted the Gronk's longest reception will be maybe 30 yards for a touchdown. But he's not going to have
It'll be when Bouye is covering him. Or Bouye is going to have perfect coverage on the play, and Gronk is just going to make a ridiculous catch.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. So let's run down what we think the scores are going to be. Cool.
Oh, start with me? All right.
I don't have to start with you.
I'm taking – no, that's fine. That's fine. I'm going to take The Jags. 24.
Finally on the Jag train.
24-21. Go into New England. I think the secondary is going to feast. I think they'll have a game plan to shut Josh down, Josh McDaniels down. You know, Josh is a very creative man with play calling, but I don't think he's going to have enough to fool Jacksonville's D.
And then if you would like, we also have the spread. You think so? You do not think that New England's going to cover the spread? So
no, I don't think. I think it's going to be within the spread. They're not going to cover
7.5. So yeah, you are within. You are within.
I am within the spread.
Tron-a-lon, Tron-tastic.
Matter. The spread doesn't matter if you have the underdog winning.
Right. Picks itself.
This is interesting, Michael, because I almost have the exact same projection as you. I think it's going to be 24 Jacksonville to 20 New England. I think New England's going to get stuffed a couple times on drives and have to bring out Gotskowski. Get this. I don't think the hand is going to be an issue whatsoever for Brady. I think it's all a bunch of bullshit. But I think he's going to have the ball in Foxborough with less than 2 minutes on the clock with that 24-20 score on the board. And he's going to fail. He's going to fail to put points on the board because that Jacksonville secondary is going to shut him down. And Calais Campbell is probably going to get to poor old Brady.
That was probably the Jags' biggest signing with Calais Campbell. That was huge for them.
Dude's a freak.
Dude is amazing.
Well, here we go. New England. And we got a 23-19. We got a 23-19. The score will be 23-19. New England.
He's going with Darth Hoodie.
No, I'm just going with logic and facts.
Zion to Duke. Nick Saban and Alabama winning the national championship. And now in another Super Bowl. You're boring. I don't
think they're gonna win the Super Bowl. I just think they're gonna beat the Jaguars. But they got to get there first. Well, speaking of that, let's move on to the NFC, the National Football Conference. Vikings versus Eagles. This game would have been lit a month and a half ago.
If it was Carson Wentz, oh my God.
If it was Carson Wentz right now, it was Carson show. Give it to me.
Say that one more time. You cut out.
Yeah, you cut out there.
3 quarters. And then the Vikings are going to put their foot on their throat and just... That defense is shut down. We saw it last weekend. When that defense needs to step up, that defense will step up in the moment. But I'm not going to tell the score yet. Layton, biggest X factor in this game for you for Philadelphia?
For Philadelphia, I think it's going to be Jay Ajayi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Feel like if they can get that running game, take some pressure off of Foles, they have a shot.
Yeah.
Take some shots to our boy Alshon. Go Cox.
I mean, this is a nasty defense. Both defenses really are nasty, but Minnesota especially is a terrifying defensive front.
Philadelphia's defense is guaranteed to get you 7th in your fantasy football league.
Especially when you tie in their special teams, because Corey Clements is always due to make a nice punt or kick return.
Games, and then basically most games that I lost, they scored like 2 points because it was the games where they would just get blown out.
Yeah.
But then there'd be the games where they're like 30 points on defense, and I'm like, these guys are gods. And then 3 points on defense. God, you suck.
Yeah, I think it's going to be crucial for Philly for Ajayi to burst up a few patches in there.
Got to be good on 3rd down, but even more importantly, got to be better on 2nd down to get yourself in a position to convert on 3rd. I think that they have a better I don't know. I think they're a deeper receiving core in Philly, which is better for the pass. I think.
I'd say it's a toss-up, man.
See, I don't think Laquan Treadwell makes it enough to put because I think that they might like even out a little bit. Torrey Smith's got the experience, which I give him, tying him with Diggs in terms of like what they can bring to their offense. Alshon and Thielen both give you that big play. Well, Alshon's more of the Diggs comparison. They both give you the big play. But I feel like Aguilar and Treadwell, Aguilar's shown more to me than Treadwell has in terms of being able to step up. 7-yard catch for third down. Get you over the line. But I feel like the Vikings probably have maybe the best offense remaining. Can we say that? Like, this offense is insanely fun to watch.
But they can't run the ball.
It's probably between them.
I feel like they can, though, but like they can when they're dedicated to it. They can't when it's like a last-ditch effort. I feel like they run the ball and then forget.
And carries. And we're 29th in yards per carry.
Oh, God.
Because they had a guy in Dalvin Cook, and they were running effectively, and he went down. And McKinnon has never been like a good runner. He's like that X-back, the scat back out of the backfield.
His 13 points a game in fantasy speak otherwise.
Yeah. No, he's a great fantasy running back for this year. And then Latavius Murray is just like an old-fashioned 3 yards in a cloud of dust guy.
Given the ball.
Nothing special.
Run. But, I mean, he had a couple of breakout touchdowns last weekend. So, I mean, you never know. These guys have confidence. I would say a running back that just scored two scores in a game last week, and they have 2 of them. Yeah, that's a lot of confidence in your backfield.
They're definitely going to run the ball because they always do. The question is, will they have success?
I don't know. Michael, who do you think is going to win this game?
The Vikings are going to slaughter the Philadelphia Eagles in the city of brotherly love. It's going to be 31-21. And I say that just because the Viking train. Skull.
Oh, man. They're bringing that to Philadelphia, too.
Skull. Like, that team is just beyond motivated right now. And the Eagles have that whole, we're actually underdogs at home mindset kind of deal going on.
They have sold out of dog masks on Amazon.
They did. They sold out of the dog mask. That was hilarious, dude. I saw one of the ESPN people was like, "Can the hot dog vendors just start selling masks instead? They'll make more money this weekend." So be ready for a weird looking game when you turn that TV on for that one. There's gonna be a lot of dog masks, but
it's always weird, anyways. Just in a game at the Link, like this is gonna be. Ooh.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. But I think Xavier Rhodes and that defense have enough to keep Nick Foles in check.
Can we talk about how scary Anthony Barr is?
Dude, he's a big guy.
I feel like the guy does not get enough credit for how fast and terrifying he is. I'm pretty sure he ran like a 4.5 40 at the combine. And this guy comes after you on the edge. And he's just like...
I have their roster up right now. That dude is 6'5", 260.
Hit me. Just he's almost as big as Zion. Like Zion, which is crazier.
Right?
How crazy is that? Zion's
outside linebacker.
15, got him by an inch and 15 pounds.
Can you believe that UCLA had Miles Jack and Anthony Barr in the same linebacking core, and they never even won the Pac-12?
And Miles Jack was running the ball.
And Brett Hundley was playing quarterback.
And you can't even win the Pac-12. Like, what's going on with that, man?
An underachieving coach in Jim Moore Jr. And now we realize why he was fired.
Yeah, like... like, Jim, like, what are you doing, man?
Man.
Okay, Layton, so what do you got in this game, man?
Gosh, this one, as tough as the last game was to pick and think about, I keep going back and forth in this game. I could see it being like a game that Michael just predicted, where Minnesota just kind of waxes them. And I can also see like one of the ugliest games in the year, where this is like a field goal fest. And Case Keenum is off his game, and Nick Foles is Nick Foles. And we get like a 7-6. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what Doug Peterson said before the playoff game, right? He said, "Hey, we just told Nick to just be Nick." Yeah. That's a boatload of confidence in your quarterback.
Yeah, in their mind, they're like, please, dear God, be the Nick Foles who threw 7 touchdowns against the Raiders.
Yeah.
Not the Nick Foles who pretty much every other game he's played.
Layton, I can't really tell where you're leaning with this.
Yeah, I haven't really given anything away yet.
Non-partisan.
As much as I Philadelphia, as much as I love that chant, which is amazing that the Vikings do, and they're bringing it to the link, man. There's also going to be you know who's been down a lot lately? Love. You know who always gets defeated and uttered just quarterback, still win the MVP? They're going to win this football game, man. They're going to win it at the link.
You're saying the Eagles are going to win? You like cut out most of that.
Yeah, he's at Eagles.
Eagles
win this football game. It's going to be 27 to it's going to be 27 to 20.
Okay. All right. Well, I predict a totally different game. I think it's going to be close, like I said. So I think halftime we're sitting at a score of like 21-17, and everybody's looking around like, what the hell's going on? Vikings 42-32. Boom. That's it. That's right. We're going to get the Vikings. So you guys want a Jags-Vikings and a Jags-Eagles Super Bowl over here. We want a party. Like
to be fair, either one of those, we get a new team who has never won the Super Bowl before.
That's true. I like that.
That's
cool. I would prefer to have Minnesota win this game. I just have this weird feeling about Philly.
The team doesn't forget how to win. I'll tell you that. Like, they can do it.
That defense is scary, man.
Is it bad that if so? I'm kind of hoping if Philly does start getting blown out, right? I hope that the field is just covered in dog masks. I hope the fans just go rabid and just boo and throwing dog masks on the field, man. That would be such a great sight.
Well, we'll check back next week, see how those scores work out. But, Michael, let's take a couple minutes.
We're doing it.
We're doing it. It's here. It's happening. It's real. It's here. And people are watching it, and it's real. The Overwatch League is happening. Things are real, and Koreans have invaded America.
Not the North ones.
Only the Southern ones. The North ones don't even know this exists.
Do they even have internet?
The North ones?
Yeah, or the internet.
The North ones have some very censored version of what we call the internet.
They have that basic Al Gore internet from 1988.
They probably still have like the Bell South dial-up from like way back when.
Yeah. No. They're sitting on that AOL trial disc. They have everybody. They get handed out AOL trial discs.
Dude, like when you get your Reese's Puffs, you get your AOL trial disc on the Reese's Puff box.
Ba-doom. But yeah, so Overwatch League is the presentation is impeccable. I think stealing crumbs from League of Legends, even though he dropped the word champion 3 times today and
that is hardwired in that man's brain, man.
Hardwired, and he gets called out 3 times for it. Politely told they're heroes in Overwatch. But you watched the last game, Michael, so give me your first impressions. What do you think of how everything looks, how everything's displayed to you? Are you likely to come back and watch more?
So, as a league person, as I'm actually sitting here on my phone, because Cloud9's game just started, NALCS is officially back in swing today as well.
Let's go golden whatevers.
Dude, they actually lost today.
Golden. They brought the trophy with them.
Did they actually? I didn't see that. I'll have to find that.
Yeah.
They lost their first game, but that's funny that they brought the trophy. As somebody who watches esports pretty frequently on other esports themselves, other than Overwatch League, I thought the The commentating was fantastic. They did a good job. I could follow along, even though I'm not the most up-to-date Overwatch person. I thought their overall broadcast presentation was really good. I could clearly see the things I needed to know, like when people's ultimates were up, all that kind of stuff.
The coloring is key because there is a lot of stuff going on in Overwatch where there's a lot of bullets going off. There's a lot of bombs flying everywhere. There's arrows flying all over the place. And the fact that everything is color coordinated to your team.
Yeah, I thought that was very
visual aspects of the game. Perfect.
And then the camera work was pretty good. The camera work was the one thing I think could be better, but it's also they'll figure that out as they go along.
It differs. I can tell it differs depending on what kind of space they're in. Like if they're in a room, like on
because like that last open map that they were on was super hard to follow. Some of those fights going on.
Oh, the Lijiang Tower.
It looks like a castle, kind of.
Yeah, Lijiang Tower. Yeah. When they're in the room, it gets very tight. Yeah, I can see that.
But I mean, that's the difference, though. I'm used to the omniscient. I'm used to the omniscient point of League of Legends, where you've got the zoomed out from the top. You're not following one specific character's screen. And granted, they do zoom around the field a little bit sometimes. But when it's like set on one person, occasionally like another person makes a play, and they cut to it, and you miss a little bit. And I mean that, like I said, that comes with time. I'm sure the camera crews will figure out who they need to be on. You know,
I'm sure they don't have a patented.
Yeah, like, and I mean, didn't the guy say they say they like developed their own system anyway? So I mean, they can only improve that as it goes along. And we're in what the second week now, the first or second, second week. So I mean, they got plenty of time to improve that as it goes along.
I mean, let's just take a moment to think about this for a second. 10 million unique viewers watched the first week of the Overwatch League. That's insane.
Yeah, that's a lot of people. Like, I mean, it puts it on
400,000 at one time was the peak.
Yeah, that was like the first week, right? Was when those numbers were popping. I mean, that's crazy to think about. When I mean, those are the 425 is obviously a very high point because that's the beginning. Everyone was watching,
but even at the lowest, they're still sitting at 100. Like when you're at your lowest and you're the third ranked game on Twitch, that's fine.
Yeah. That's fine, especially for like a brand new game. That's what I was saying. Like they're already at basically where the League of Legends series are and CSGO was. And those two games have been around for, at least 8-10 years now.
When you're going to see the jump is when Overwatch has a competition going on, when they're the #1 game on Twitch. That is when we'll see that this game has truly ascended into the top of what people are giving a shit about when they talk about esports.
Yeah.
San Francisco whooped that ass, though, in that last game. That was crazy.
That was nuts.
That was a great game. Going back and forth. That's why I love Overwatch, because secure point, 99%. Other team comes in, flips it. 99%, gets it all the way up. Oh, other team flips the point. Ah! Aneurysm.
Yeah, it was fun to watch. I mean, even as just like a casual viewer of Overwatch, having it go to game 5 or whatever, the effective equivalent of a game 5, because it's just exciting because it's tense for those guys and like every little moment matters. So it was fun to follow.
Like and then you watch stuff like that, and then that trickles into when I play Overwatch now, and then I'm thinking like, God, I don't want to die. That's 7 seconds that it takes for me to revive, and then 10 seconds that it takes me to walk back. So much happens in 17 seconds of Overwatch.
That's what I love as a player of a game, watching it, because like you can kind of experience what they're going through from your own experience in the game. It's like when I watch League, I like to try and improve myself watching them because they're a whole hell of a lot better than I am at it. But at this,
what do you mean?
Just a wee bit, But it's fun watching it as a player of the game and a viewer of the game.
Well, we'll take a look at that probably after week 3 or week 4. We'll do an episode of the meta breakdown, the first couple of weeks of League, and the first couple of weeks of the Overwatch League. Layton, you want to say anything about the nerd stuff, or you good?
All sports matter.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right. I'm down with that. That's better than what Colin Cowherd would have said. So I'll take it. Thanks for joining us. This was sort of episode 13, but we'll just call this a championship weekend prediction show. We'll be back next week with a regular show, and we'll take a look.
Draft show anytime soon after the.
Oh
do
yeah,
that?
yeah. We can definitely do that next week because do we really want to talk about the Pro Bowl? Probably not. So we could take next week to the
Right.
draft show. So
I'd rather talk about the skills competition of the Pro Bowl than the Pro Bowl itself.
Let's talk about some dodgeball competition in there.
Yeah, I'm down for the dodgeball. We could live stream the dodgeball. I'm down.
Except it's probably going to be at like 2:00 on Thursday afternoon, and we're going to be at work.
Yeah,
or at least I will. Like,
yeah, but yeah. So yeah, thanks for joining us. That'll do it, guys. Layton, Michael, where can people find you?
The name, baby, easy breezy, beautiful cover girl.
All right, so Layton at CoverGirl. Michael
at Chunky Taco on all the social medias and interweb things.
You can find me at _C Morris. This has been Consistently Inconsistent Championship Weekend Preview. Thank you all very much for joining us, and I hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see you next time.
Let's